is none other than the host, Ian Rollins. Good afternoon, Ian.
Good afternoon, Mr. Baston. How are you,
Oh,
sir?
see how you go on?
I have to.
Yeah,
I have to, mate. So, well, good afternoon. How are you, mate?
I am wonderful, wonderful.
Good. You had a great weekend?
Ian.
Good.
And happy belated Mother's Day to all the mothers out there that have athletes and so forth. So it's been a busy weekend for them
Sure.
and for many others around the island. So we look forward to bringing a
A good program.
good program
For
today.
the next 90 minutes on,
Yes.
of course, Power 95 in the studios of the Bermuda Broadcasting Company.
Yes, sir.
This afternoon, we will feature the bodybuilding members representing Seaview Gym who competed in the Florida Grand Prix bodybuilding competition just last week. In addition to that, we have Dr. Gina Tucker, president of Bermuda Half Marathon Derby, to give us an update on the island's biggest running event, which will be held, obviously, on Bermuda Day, May 24th. That is next week, Wednesday. That will be the 108th Appleby Bermuda Half Marathon Derby event taking place this time coming out the East.
Mm-hmm.
Second time in over 39 years, so that's going to be a spectacle event, which we all be looking forward to. That's, as we say, the start to our summer.
Yes.
So she's going to give us some highlights and things and countdowns of what's happening with the committee regarding registration. I think the deadline is this coming 20th, this coming Saturday, 20th. And they're going to pick up the registration forms and also pick up all the goodie bags and registered numbers all at the Appleby head office in town on the Church Street side. I think they get underway at 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Saturday the 20th. So she'll give us some insight on that. In addition to all of that, we have Kelvin Blankendale, CEO of Bermuda Brazilian Football School, who will tell us about the 10th anniversary of the BBFS, the success they've had, and a special cup called the Coach Speedy Cup. As you know, he was a member of the organization, which originally got underway some 10 years ago. And of course, none other than April Charlie the Shield, Energize All the Solution, will bring a health and fitness segment and tips on for the summer, how to get that body in shape, keep it in shape, keep it well tuned, not just for 2017, but 2017 and beyond. That's going to be our lineup today. And of course, if you have any questions or concerns, you can always give us a call at 292-9595 and Power 95. Questions from Mr. Basin or our guest that will be entering the studios momentarily. Just want to shout out to all the Liverpool fans who had a good weekend as we took care of West Ham. Mr. Clyde Best, if you tuned in. If you were here, yes, we would have made a bet, and yes, you lost. You lost 4-0. West Ham United. As one person told me yesterday and again today, you had a lucky season in 2015-2016, coming seventh. So I guess that person was right, the person's all right. As Liverpool walked all over you at your home ground. I think it's the first time we've beaten you in the last 4 games, but nevertheless, what it is, we gave you 4 goals to even the score. That's how you put it that way, man. So now we wanted to hit the post 3 times yesterday, so it could have been 7. It could have been 7 there. And Mr. Best hit the post once, but it didn't convert into a goal. With that said, it looks like Man United may not make the top 4 this year. If they win, obviously, in the Europa final against Ajax on the 24th and the Bermuda Day holiday, they will then automatically go to the finals of the top 4 for England. So that will be interesting to see what happens from there. But Liverpool is not out of the woods yet. We have to win our last game on Saturday against Middlesbrough. Which is at home, and we haven't won our last 4 games at home. We've either drawn or lost, so that doesn't go now at all. But as they say, rackets are meant to be broken, and that's what's happening. Did you see the basketball game yesterday?
I did not. I was kind of watching local basketball. Which game are you talking about there?
NBA. I'm sorry.
Which game? Because it was. Was it 2 games on
yesterday? 1 game.
One
the
game.
Other game is tonight.
Golden State and San Antonio.
San Antonio.
I saw San Antonio was leading by 20 odd at half.
25
Yeah.
points at one time,
Right.
and they lost.
Keeping it in the money.
It's a money thing.
Yes. You can't tell me that. No.
You think it's a money thing?
I can almost guarantee you it's a money thing.
Okay.
That was what, game 1?
Game 1.
Okay.
In
What's
Oakland.
your interest now for game 2, 3, and 4?
So game 2 is tomorrow night. So
Mhm.
it's night in Oakland, California.
What's your interest? You lose by you are up by 25. A swing, that means it's a 26-point swing,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Makes it exciting for television, and it also makes it all right for the bookies. It's a money thing. Yeah, we see that all the time in professional sports. You cannot be in total control.
You're telling me last year when Cleveland came from behind against Oakland, they were down 3-1. As a money thing again?
Yes. Yes.
You can't say
And
outright that Cleveland deserved the victory?
The only one you deserve is the last one, Game 7.
So what
The
are the
other,
other games?
the others, man, sports is fixed, man. And I know I'm not the only person to say that.
No.
No.
I've heard a few people
Yeah.
say it, actually.
Yeah.
I've heard a few people
Yeah.
say that.
Professional sports. Yeah. Listen, if you win your series 4-0, and especially the final. When was the last time a final was won 4-0? You got to go way back some time, and guess what?
Back in the 90s, I
The
think.
the
I could be
TV
wrong.
people complained. The fans complained. Everybody complained.
Aside from the losing team.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. So you're saying some money.
So I mean, okay, remarkable comeback in the Super Bowl. I'm not saying it can't be done. A remarkable comeback.
So
yesterday.
was that fixed too? Was that money?
Who's getting naughty crap?
Donald Trump.
No, his the diversion.
Oh, it's a diversion. Okay, it's a diversion.
He'll be the diversion for a lot of stuff. Yeah.
Okay, so you're saying Super Bowl is fixed, and you're not saying the NBA is fixed?
Come on, man. Everybody shut that TV off. Even the New England fans shut that TV off getting into that last quarter of the Super Bowl. And I know some very die-hard New England fans. They would have been like me when they woke up the next morning and saw they won. Oh, they'd have been excited. But I guarantee you, how many of them rubbed it in people's faces that night? Not many. You know why? Because they all shut it off.
That night I was at a Super Bowl party, and I think I laughed at halftime. I said the game's over.
Mm-hmm.
I said the game's over.
Yeah, you like a lot of other New England fans would have said that.
I'm not even a fan.
No. But I'm saying,
Oh,
but
yeah.
you had the same attitude like some New England fans would have had that night,
Yeah.
hoping they would come back, but it's only writing on the wall.
In my case, no, I wouldn't hope. I was supporting Atlanta.
Oh, okay.
So I'm an NFC man, so I have to stick with the NFC.
Not a problem, man.
It's
Not a problem.
understandable.
Not a problem.
Okay.
Not a problem.
Fair enough. Dr. Don Bassett, how are you, sir?
Sir, fine.
All is well?
Yeah, nice mic.
Oh, great, Mike.
Yeah,
That's why we send it over the earwaves, right? It happens.
Everything's cool, man.
Everything's cool?
Yeah.
You had a good weekend?
Yes, sir. Quiet,
Cool,
nice.
cool.
Relaxing.
You can be at the controls on May 24th at Power 95 as we bring the live commentary of the Applebee's Bermuda Half Marathon Derby on this station.
I will be here on the controls, on the board,
Okay.
on the sliders, on the fingers, on the buttons. Yeah.
All right, and there's one that our listeners know that we also be carrying the live commentary of the cycle race on Inspire 105. That will get underway, I think, at 8 o'clock in the morning, and with 8:15, I'm sorry, and then with the half marathon will be on at 8 o'clock, pre-half marathon race. Interviews with Mike Sharp and his commentary team. At 8:15 on 105, it's Greg Hopkins, Peter Dunn, and yours truly. Things come down to the annual Sinclair Patrick Memorial Cycle Race. Again, that's happening all next week, Wednesday on Power 95 and Inspire 105 radio stations. We're going to take our first
Actually, before we
commercial.
go to commercial
Sure.
break, being that we're talking sport,
Mhm.
let's also send a congratulations out to Flora Duffy,
Yes.
winning her triathlon event by one of the biggest margins ever in the women's field of triathlon, elite. So remarkable performance for her. Tyler Butterfield finished second in Mexico. The women's netball team, women's netball team finished with a 2-2 record in Scotland.
That's very good.
Yeah.
Actually, they didn't think that they were going to win the game at all.
Well, yeah, I mean, some of them didn't. I was talking with Anthony Mouchette in some of the training sessions leading up to it, and he was cautiously optimistic about the fact that they could possibly, he was hoping that they could have gotten the better of Gibraltar They came up 6 girls short, but a good learning experience for most of them. So sky's the limit, hopefully, from here on in.
Kudos to the president and her team. Ms. Evans and her team, as they're putting together a program that outlines the future of netball in the
Right.
As we all know full well, netball was striving back in the 70s and 80s.
Mhm.
Obviously, like everyone else, was hit with various challenges. They rocked. They felt the rock.
Yep.
They were rocked by players returning overseas or just losing interest in the sport itself or just moving on.
Yeah.
And so hopefully this will be a jump start to many good things to come forward with the Indianapolis Association.
Sure.
Again, kudos to them.
Yes,
Glad
indeed.
to tune into.
Yep.
Well, we're going to take our first commercial break now, and when we come back, we'll have members of the Seaview Gym join us in the studio. They were supposed to be here, I think it was last week,
No,
a week before.
yeah.
And they got the schedule, let's just say it's a little miscommunication with the date and time. I'll leave it like that.
Yeah.
And they said they'll come back and discuss what the experience was like in Florida and the Florida Grand Prix bodybuilding competition. We're going to take our first break and we'll be back after this. So you found the
Yeah,
promo? Okay.
yeah. It's in there. In this break, actually. I put it in this break.
Cool.
I ran out of promos. It says no.
Mm.
I played a couple of promos.
Then you played the
It
wrong.
was 1:30. I said no more
You know you played
promos.
the wrong intro, right?
Huh?
You played the wrong intro.
What do you mean?
You played sports intro. Morning sports.
You did?
Yeah. That's why I was looking at you.
It's true. It's true. Yeah.
Yeah, you played the 8 o'clock one.
Bro. Yeah. Listen,
Because I'm sitting there saying, and then you pointed and looked. I was like,
Oh, you mean for the promo? Yeah.
the intro to this show. You played the 8 o'clock.
It did?
Yeah.
No, it's got right. Intro sports.
Right. But yeah.
Inside sports. Right.
Come through.
Good afternoon. How are you?
I need two of you, one of you can sit over there for 1 minute. So who's talk first?
Actually, you can go first.
Let's do a male and a female first.
Okay.
Offers more choice of network providers.
See?
Yeah, hands up.
There you
Right now
go.
it's coming down. I see the cake.
No.
Cake. Cake's making life difficult.
Cake. Yeah. About 20 minutes out. Yes, we're live. What you mean? How you say that, boss? Right here, right? Yes, we're on.
I'm on radio live on.
You ready for tomorrow morning?
too.
You have to get to bed early tonight.
You hung up last night?
No, I just have monthly runs and then like after I'm employed, so that was like
Bring
my last day.
and bring her over and bring him down.
On the other side.
Hmm?
On the other side. Okay.
Headphones on. Yeah.
And your name is? Jazz?
Harvey.
Chaz.
Only the second time in 39 years. Marshall and Ashley Aquatic have opted not to compete. Several key runners are absent this year, but we will be speaking with beginning
What's
phase.
your last name, Alexa? Lightborn?
Marathon Derby Special, Monday, May 15th at 8 p.m.
Your name, ma'am?
Arlene Baston.
7.
Arlene Baston.
Now, back to Inside Sports Talk Radio. Inside Sports Talk Radio. On Power 95 FM. With host Ian Rollins and co-host Earl Baston.
Well, good afternoon and welcome back to Inside Sports Talk Radio. Joining us are 3 members of the Seaview Gym who attended the Florida Grand Prix bodybuilding competition. First, I'll let Mr. Rollins got you back.
Thank you.
Introduce.
Thanks. In the studio, we have Chaz, Harvey, Alexa, Lightborn, and Arlene Baston. Good afternoon to you all.
Good afternoon.
Explain to us the experience of the competition that you took place in, that was held in Florida with you guys for bodybuilding. You do it first, Alexa.
So the senior Ultimate Fitness Club went and took 8 competitors to West Palm Beach, where we competed in the Florida Grand Prix. We were in various categories from men's physique to classic, bikini, figure. So the majority of us went, and all placed in at least one and sometimes two categories.
For our listeners who are out there right now, they don't understand the hard work that goes behind. So preparing for this event, what did it take to mentally and physically get yourself ready for an event like this?
Okay, definitely mentally is number one for me. I think Chad and Eileen can speak to their personal experiences, but for me it was completely getting my mind prepared for what was to come. Secondly, preparing and ensuring that my diet was on check, working out minimum 2 times a day, sometimes 3 if required. And so it's definitely a full-on commitment, but it's worth it. In the end, you get to see the results and you feel excellent on stage if you put in that work.
3 times a day?
Sometimes.
So this 3 times, say weekdays or weekends?
Weekends are a little harder because the gym, you could do outside exercise and you could go on the street. I prefer to kind of work out in the gym, so mainly Monday to Friday would be
Twice a
2
day.
to 3 times a day, yeah.
Wow. Now, a lot of people don't understand that they think it's more conditioning and training, but it's 80% diet, 20% training, is it?
I would say so. And again, I'm not a professional. I'm very new to the sport. I'll put that disclaimer out there. Very, very new. I know some people have been seasoned in this world, and I'm very new. I'm learning as we go along, which I'm enjoying.
Right.
The learning process of learning my body and learning, how my body responds to certain foods is priceless. I don't know how you feel, Charles.
I'm the same way. I'm new to the sport. I'm not even training just over a year. And things I've accomplished already. So I'm shocked at it.
You got to know more about your body, right? Your inner self. And what have you learned thus far?
I learned I keep pushing myself. No matter what, I can accomplish it.
Right.
That's why I keep working on it and just go on.
Has it been rewarding since your diet has changed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not real strict, but it's strict.
Right. Have you understood more about how they say take more vegetables, more protein as opposed to the carbs? Where people like the average person in the middle would go to lunch, buy a sandwich, put the mayonnaise on it, put the bacon, put this and that with it. Where you're probably bringing all your food from home, prepared, weighed out, scaled out. There's certain size of protein, certain size of carbs. Have you learned to understand that and take it to the next level?
Well, like I said, I'm new to the sport. When I first started, when I gathered from the first show, that was actually all thought, like Mr. Chicken or something like that. After you get up on stage, and then you walk away from it,
Right.
and you see what you've done, you don't always want to.
Right.
So now, the diet, I'm on point.
Yeah.
Right. So what does it consist of your diet? Just so you don't mind sharing a bit of it.
It's pretty simple. Beans, rice, sweet potato, chicken, fish,
Right. And how many meals you eating daily? Is it 5 to 6 meals?
Well, I'm trying to go at 7. But by the time you get to one.
And that's 7, what, is average what, every 2.5 hours, 2 hours?
Yeah.
Wow.
How far in advance do you guys schedule yourselves to be in a competition so you know what you're aiming for throughout the year?
I think about 20 weeks out is like an average prep time. Sometimes it's shorter, but again, that's a lot of stress you can be putting on your body when I think about 3 times a week. Probably because I didn't start when I should have started, or 3 times a day, sorry. But I think an average is about 20 weeks, and that is, an adequate time to ramp up, get your diet in place, wait for your body to change, because your body it has a mind of its own, and it also has its way of kind of protecting itself and managing and adjusting and doing all these things to the changes in the diet. So you have to give your body time to respond as well. So an average of 20 weeks, okay.
That's for amateur and professional.
I think amateur and professional. I've been following a lot of the, again, full disclaimer, very new to the sport. Don't want anyone to say, Alexa went on as a professional. No, full disclaimer, not a professional, but I have been following a lot of the professional bikini competitors in particular, and 20 weeks is usually what they do.
It's got to be a rough sport too, because after competition, it's recovery time. So it's not something you'll jump right back into. Only because you have to get your rest. You have to recover. Your body you have to get your body back to be able to train again to prepare for another event. Say in another 20 weeks. So how much time do you give yourself off before you start preparing for your next one? I know you say you're new. You've been doing it a year.
Yeah.
How long you been doing it?
Yes,
Okay, well, we'll let you can answer that question when you come over. But obviously, you say you're still learning your body, you're still learning all that stuff. What got you into it? What made you turn towards this particular sport to improve yourself?
So to answer your first question in terms of how much time I give my body, okay, so I can reference my last competition, which I did in August, which is the Night of Champions,
Right.
and I took 3 months off. So I'll never do that again. Because then when I decided to get into it, again, I was so far gone that I was like, oh gosh, now I've got to get back to the place where I even started to prepare for that show and then try to build on that. Because you always want to go and improve on stage and compare that to your previous performance and see those tangible improvements. That was the last step. This time I'm giving myself I gave myself 1 week. Today starts the start of clean eating, which is a struggle. I was at 4 music today and had full Mother's Day brunch, which I had cheesecake. I have pictures to prove it. But I gave myself a week, and then I'll go back in because we are prepping for the Night of Champions, which is August, and I guess all of us are going to be competing then as well. And so that a week is probably the answer to that question. And then secondly, why? I've always been in the gym. I've always enjoyed the fitness life, always been enthused to kind of figure out about how to get my body in the optimum shape, giving the body the right nutrients, what that looks like. There are so many different theories out there in terms of how to get that either a dream body or, perhaps even just a healthier option, healthier performance, etc. And so that's always fascinated me, and this one is kind of a sport that incorporates all the things that interest me. So yeah, that's why I did it.
Chaz, a lot of people say for the first time when they walk out on the stage to perform, backstage is almost like the worst feeling ever because you're so nervous, you don't know what to expect. What was yours like? No, for your first ever competition. Right.
Like everything you adjust to, like from the audience being like active. I'm gonna really represent the leader.
Yeah.
In all the sports.
Yeah.
Like a lot of things, like to actually be up on stage and that stage my buddy. It was like nerve-wracking.
Right.
But I shook it off and did it.
Right. Well, you weren't alone because even those guys that have done it before are sometimes in the back pacing up and down because they're so nervous to be out in front of a lot of people. So someone's like, well, what was your first time? Nerve-wracking?
Super nerve-wracking. I remember saying to my trainer, "Are you sure I want to do this? Are you sure I'm ready?" And he was like, "Listen, you're here now. Just do what you have to do." I was quite ambivalent, even going overseas. I mean, seeing the shape of the other competitors, that experience is definitely unique. And it allows you to have a different perspective on what the international market is offering in terms of, the quality of competitors. Some of them have been competing for years, some of them amateurs like us. We had the benefit of this show of having the pro and the amateur show in one. Sometimes we have just the amateur shows and we have just the pro shows, but we could see those professionals as well, which is good because you're rubbing shoulders with the people that you followed on Instagram, at least for me, and seeing that was definitely different, but an added pressure, like, oh goodness, do I look as good as her? Oh my gosh, look at her glutes, she looks good. So yeah.
Back to you, Chaz. What are your expectations competing locally now, big events in August for you?
I would say I'm more relaxed. I'm definitely on the stage.
Right.
And I also want to think about it. That like that. No, I feel like I have passion.
Okay.
I get one shit up and then get up and I want shit up and see. And now I know it's enough and enough. So I have to go. Battle. Every time I go on stage I have to look battle. So I wouldn't say it's stressing, but I'm up for the challenge.
Just basically looking for improvements to the overall physique. And obviously 2017 you got it in 2016. Now, if you go and win your categories for this year, what's next after that?
Just go back to life. Just adding more pressure.
If someone came up to you right now and said they want to be a bodybuilder, what sort of advice would you give them?
I try to drive them to see how I react to that. From the coach, from other people in the gym too. But when I first started, I just got a gym membership to even find a lunch break.
Now you're taking up a lot of time.
Never do it. Then I would have done one day. Really, when it's other people that still in the room, I can see it for myself. I definitely see it now. So I actually do it to notice with others. And be a glutton because my peers pick me up all the time, Instagram, Snapchat, whatever. Like when I train with, that makes me feel good and that makes me keep good.
That's you, Alexa? Well, okay, let's go. I'll go back to yours. August coming up this year. What are your expectations for yourself?
My only expectation is to do better than my previous performance. I think seeing the evolution of my body from when I first started to even the last competition, and then just the prospect of what's to come for me is exciting. I know target areas, I know where I'm to improve. I was happy to get some feedback from the international judges in terms of my performance, which I thought was a huge benefit as well, to get that feedback, because in any sport you want to know how you can be better, right?
Definitely.
And so I'm happy to get that, and that's one of the takeaways.
And that's my next question. The information or the experience that you had in Florida, you're going to take that obviously and work on that for August, right?
Definitely,
All right.
definitely.
So you're going to be in the gym 4 times a day now?
Maybe, no. We'll see. I mean, I think my body responds to certain things, and so it's about doing that more.
Right.
Ensuring the diet is well-rounded. When I first started, I was a little afraid to eat the whole carbs, making sure my carbs would be fat and all this thing. I was one of those women for that. And knowing and understanding the benefits of having that well-balanced diet is one of the things I've learned from the sport. So definitely, this whole total experience has been beneficial.
So the next few months will be beneficial for you for August then?
Yes.
So we're going to see a change again.
Hopefully.
The time you put in.
I see you in the gym every day,
Yeah,
right?
but they're like 3 times a day, right?
Yeah.
3 times a day.
Sometimes, yes.
Good afternoon, Arlene. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Seems like you're the veteran amongst
I was
these
just gonna
two.
say, seasoned vet.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, I'm a novice.
3 years, huh? That's a
3
novice?
years.
That's not a novice. That's a veteran. In
Okay.
any sport. You're not a rookie.
Yeah.
You're not a novice.
Yes, I've done this would be my 3rd show.
Right.
Third international or third overall?
3rd overall, 2 local, and this will be the international.
What got you thriving in this sport?
Like Alexa, I've always been involved in the gym, fitness. I would like to call myself a runner at one time. I've done half marathons, I've done 10Ks and 5Ks. But it wasn't giving me the same changes in my body as this sport. What got me on the stage, because I've always wanted to do this but never had the nerve to do it. So Ross Caesar said, you should go to the Arnold Festival in Cleveland, Ohio. And we went, and I was hooked. The beautiful bodies, the emphasis on nutrition and dieting, and just a little sport. You were around like people. And it was quite exciting, very, very exciting.
And that took you to the next level.
Absolutely. So I came back, that was March 2015, and I was competing in August of that year. And I came 2nd in my category, which was figure class, category B. I've been hooked ever since. This is a journey into wellness. This is a journey into being consistent in your life choices.
How do you convince people around you to eat better, to train more, to be like, not necessarily like you, but to try and make their lives healthier?
Okay, I'm an internal medicine specialist by profession, so I am constantly speaking to my patients regarding how to treat their disease process. What you ingest, what you eat, is very important to your outcome, to your body composition. So I do this every day. And I want to portray to my patients, if you're consistent and you eat well, you can live longer, and you can treat your diabetes, you can treat your hypertension, you can treat your high cholesterol. With the significant numbers of patients that are overweight in Bermuda, we would like to continue to inspire others to do this. This is not a fad for us. This is a life choice. This is a commitment to better living. And yes, I do miss glazed donuts.
Yeah.
I do miss 4-star pizza.
Plug.
I do miss Humpty Dumpty. No, I like savory
Okay.
and a little bit of sweet.
Right. And you should be honest, right?
I'm very honest. I would like to preach honesty.
Right.
Yeah, I'm honest.
Yeah.
I do like a bag of old dress Humpty Dumpty chips.
Now,
I
do
would like
you
to have one. I would like to have a bag of chips right now. However,
I do have one here.
However, I'm committed to the results,
Right.
and I'm committed to wellness. In my family, there's a significant amount of diabetes and hypertension and stroke and heart disease. I'm 48 now, and I would like to live a life of wellness.
What was your time like getting up onto the stage? Because as you say, you went to the Arnold show. That gave you the inspiration to do it. But then locally, you're going to be amongst family and friends and people you don't know, but people that see you all the time.
I remember when they called my name to pre-judging in August 2015. This left leg would not stop shaking, and I walk around in scrubs all day and trainers, and to have your left leg shaking and to be in 3-inch heels was quite the challenge.
I'm sure.
But by that night, I had calmed down, and it was such an exhilarating feeling. I could not tell you how great it is to be on stage. Yes, there is a degree of nervousness, but it's a great feeling to have your family, friends, your coaches to cheer you on. It's like being a rock star. Absolutely.
Now, is the morning session kind of the way most of you get your nerves out? Because that morning is intense. I think it's more intense than the actual program in the evening, because you're trying to get as many points as you can in the morning, and you come back, it's kind of like a festival of sorts
Yes.
in the evening.
Yes.
So do you put more emphasis on that morning?
Yes, I think they say that how you wake up in the morning, and particularly in the days leading up, is how you'll be on stage. So on that morning, you're just trying to present the best you can to get as many points as you needed. That's when they do the longer quarter turns and all these different standard quizzes per category. But you just want to get those points and then hurry up to the night show. Because then there's like Oreos backstage and all sorts of things that you're looking forward to.
I've been backstage a few times.
Goodness. Everything you think we
Get out of
don't
the way.
eat is
Get out of the way.
It's there.
Get out of the way.
That's a good point, because people think that when you get into this sport that it's like a real regimen diet.
exactly.
Times have changed over the last 15, 20 years of the nutrition plan, and they think that you're still taking yolk like what you call it, cracking egg and drinking milk. Those days are over.
They are.
Nutrition is definitely improved, and so you can have your brownie or your cookies and
Absolutely.
so forth,
Absolutely.
and your chicken and Humpty Dumpty chips.
That's
Yeah.
right. Glazed donuts,
Glazed
4-star
donuts.
pizza.
So, are you going to be competing in August as well?
Absolutely, I am hooked. I'm hooked.
Yeah.
You hope, hope for life.
Yes.
Yeah. So, again, put the question to you. If someone wants to get into this sport, what sort of advice would you give them?
It starts with commitment. Commitment to wanting to be better. I was having this conversation today with a fellow gym member, and it's about committing. Once you commit, then you can make the changes around. You can change how you eat, how you train.
Right.
It's a journey. So but it starts with that mental commitment to the process. One of the things you cannot do is flip-flop. You cannot say, well, I'm going to do this tomorrow, or I just do this. You have to be all in. And once you make that commitment to be all in, then you're on your way.
In between the show, because we're going to use the benchmark of the local
Yes.
show, what are some of the things you're doing, because you've used up so much energy performing in that morning? What is it, 10 till 12 or
Yeah.
10 to 1?
Yeah.
And then you have to be back for 7. But for you guys, that window of time off is so short, because by the time you relax a little bit, you're back up. So how do you utilize that time to prepare for that night?
I think I'll answer, and I think it definitely differs per competitor, because I think particularly relying on your coach to give you some feedback as well from what what you did in the morning, what your body looks like. Some people have carb ups. I know one of our other competitors had a whole pizza, and I was like, what? How are you allowed to do this? But it just depends on your body and how your body is presented following the prep and lead up to it. For me, I was putting my feet up. Like, you'll find even backstage, like with girls with their legs up and stuff, just to kind of, there's different gimmicks and things that people do to prepare themselves. For me, I remember I was resting. I don't know what other people, resting and eating, continuing the eating regimen, but yeah, it definitely differs. What
Yes.
did you think?
For me, it's resting.
Yeah.
I must say, the mental rest and the physical rest helped me prepare for that night show. I felt much better in terms of having the confidence to compete with those other ladies on stage. It was the rest. I felt a whole lot better.
Now, are the competitions overseas similar to the one here in Bermuda, where you compete in the morning,
Yeah.
take some time out? Okay. So, do you find out what your score is in the morning, or it's all a guessing game,
Definitely.
leaving you in suspense for the night?
Well, one of the indications is how they move you on stage.
Right.
Comparison.
Yes.
The closer you are to the
Center, yeah. The
and then
better.
the better you are. So
Yeah.
if you move, and I only realized this in this show,
Mhm.
if you're in the center and people are being moved around you, you're
more than
on.
likely
Yes.
the winner.
You're
Yes.
on.
Because the judges really want to
Yeah.
see
They wanna
you up
give them-
against.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
It's
and they
important
want you in the
for
best position, because they feel you're the best
Yes.
person.
Yes.
So they move. I noticed that a long time ago, that you could almost tell. Especially, I used to go in the morning to
Yes.
get a better understanding, because the night again was more so a show and
Show,
entertainment.
Yes.
And I learned a lot from the morning, because I used to see people leaving, and they were like dragging their bag, so much energy put into it, and then you see them at the end of the night. It's like, okay, where's that stuff that I need to get myself
Fix.
back,
Get that
So,
calm.
where else do you plan to compete?
There's no limit. I think
Sky's the limit.
Sky's the limit. Evolution of myself is my goal primarily, ensuring that I present the best package the next time with the help of my trainer Ross, and that's pretty much my only goal. Anywhere
How many events do you think locally we should be having per year?
so far, again,
Yeah.
above my pay grade, I'm not
No,
sure.
no, because you're in it.
Yes.
You should be able to have a say,
Yes,
because you're involved.
Agreed,
You know?
agreed. I think what they had before, the 2 shows a year, is realistic. It allows for your body to adjust, allow you to prep twice if you choose to compete twice. So I think that would be the standard.
Veteran,
I agree.
Yeah.
2 shows.
So April and August.
Yeah,
Yes.
this is what they've traditionally done.
Yes.
So in between those two, you're talking, okay, April, yeah, okay, so you can give yourself a week or
Yes,
maybe 2
yeah.
weeks off and then get back into it
Yeah.
and be prepared for it. Is it a different, obviously there is, but how much of a difference, and I want to ask Chaz this, as a bodybuilder and as fitness people, do your programs change and alter? Because people will come to a gym and see somebody that is a fitness person still using weights, still doing the similar things, just not as much weights as somebody that's doing bodybuilding. So are you conscious of the bodybuilding side and the fitness side? Because you guys do figure, right?
I'm a bikini competitor.
And I'm figure.
Right. So are you conscious of that? Because sometimes a judge for your level would say, oh, okay, you just want tone, you don't want too much muscle and so forth. And it's primarily up to the judges that you're looking, you know, that are sitting there looking at, because they'll say, okay, fitness is this. This is what it should look like.
Yeah.
Yes.
But she looks like a bodybuilder kind of thing, you know?
The judge's opinion of you on stage is very subjective. There are some general
Yes.
qualities that they look for that you know across the board. You know, there's NPC and there's IFBB, which are two different bodybuilding federations, but pretty much it's like a standard of what they expect to see on stage. In terms of gym bodybuilding prep to just general fitness, I think this comes up to diet. I think that would be the primary difference.
Okay.
I mean, I may lift 20 pounds, Ali may lift 15, or vice versa. It doesn't really necessarily mean anything.
Right.
It just determines what, it depends on whatever your goal is. She
Yes.
may have stronger legs than me, so I'm going to be lifting heavier on my leg, or vice versa. So it depends on your composition, your package, what area you need to target to improve. But I'm not professional. Don't know. I just
Follow the coach's
you
instructions.
Yeah, I mean, you just exactly.
Yes.
You really have to trust your coach.
Yes.
You really have to trust your coach to be able to deliver and know. Russ has been in this business for a long time, so he knows what's required. And so I think we all have that absolute trust in him to give us those
Absolutely.
results.
Well, we have some more guests coming in the studio. Is there any final comments you guys like to share with us?
I would like to say that this should be a commitment to better living, a commitment to wellness.
Okay.
And I think it's not an overnight fix at all. I think so many people have come to me and said, this happened so quickly, and they're like, I'm like, you have no idea how hard I've been working. But it's definitely not an overnight fix. If you're committed to it, as Arlene said, you'll get the results you deserve and have worked for. And yeah, I think the best is yet to come for meeting competitors.
Yes.
Yeah. That's piggyback on what I just said, yeah. You know, stay committed, stay focused.
And the results will come.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we look forward to seeing all three of you on stage in August. And this is May, the 15th. We'll see what it looks like in August. What other date is in August?
26th? August 26th?
Okay.
That's like a special grace.
Oh, yes.
Sure.
Oh, my goodness.
Sure.
Underscore.
Everybody has to do it.
Definitely.
Yes.
Bring up to see and
There you go. Thanks for joining us, and we'll have you on again.
awesome.
All right.
Thank you.
We're going to take a commercial break, and we'll be back after this.
Thank you.
Not a problem. We got to call Gina. Her number, I gave you a number, right? Yeah. All right. Standing by. Cool. Painless, was
More
it?
painless.
Yeah.
Painless.
It's just like being on stage.
That's all.
Without the leg shaking.
Without
Yeah,
the
yeah.
leg shaking.
I want to say it was.
I can't.
I've been backstage to take pictures and stuff, and then people are like, I'm not getting out there.
No, I
I'm not-"
know.
And then somebody would just push them.
They're going.
You just have to be like,
Because you
"Whoop."
don't want to show that you're nervous, so you end up just keep on walking. People close their eyes and.
Let me walk these guys up.
Okay.
I got
Gina,
so
in the
scared
line,
I'm
right?
gonna trip all the
Cal,
time.
let me bring Cal.
Okay.
Thank you.
No problem.
Okay, nice
All
to meet you.
right.
Okay,
Sometimes we need to seek oversight.
all right, take it easy.
Thank you so much.
See you
Take
later.
care.
Alrighty.
Colonial offers more choice of network providers than other health plans.
And case management and concierge services.
Work hard for you when it really counts.
Colonial, where people come first.
Call 296-3200.
CGIGroup.com.
The public awareness of the new wave organic food culture Bermuda has sparked a lot of curiosity, and to those who are wondering what all the fuss is about, Field Day Organics offers this. Organic means knowing exactly where our food comes from, how it was made, that it meets the highest quality standards along the way, and that production adheres to federal guidelines addressing soil qualities, the use of additives, and so much more. Come and try Field Day Organic whole kernel corn and sweet peas and taste the difference. Lindos, why go anyplace else?
Be watching on Monday, May 15th for the 108th.
Afternoon, gentlemen.
Is
it right?
Yeah, man.
New champions will be crowned as the race comes up.
The other day when I was doing the other direction.
From 30
Oh, he's walking off. No problem, man.
have opted not to compete.
Several key runners
No problem, no problem.
this year, but we will be speaking with limited favors. That's the free Applebee's Bermuda Half Marathon Derby Special, Monday, May 15th,
prize money?
8 p.m. on
And they come
FNFB
out.
TV7.
Yeah, he ain't coming up. He ain't coming up.
Memorial Cycle Race is Sunday.
Yeah, you might win it. You're damn right.
Anything's possible.
Anything's possible, Papa.
Anyone in the race?
It's possible.
When you get in front,
Stay there. She's there? That was good by. This last one? This last program?
Yeah.
Presented by Iron Spring Water, another fine product distributed by Butterfield and Balance. Now, back to Inside Sports Talk Radio. Inside Sports Talk Radio with Power 95 FM with host Ian Rollins and co-host Earl Basin.
And welcome back to Inside Sports Talk Radio. We just had members of CU Gym give us their experience competing overseas in Florida in the Grand Prix bodybuilding competition. And a lot of hard workers behind the scenes that goes unnoticed. We wish the motorbikes they will compete locally in August in the annual Bermuda event that takes place just after Cotton and Sons in Houston, Georgia. Hello, Earl? Oh, well, yeah. He's in Georgia, that's why. Anyway, on the phone with us right now is Dr. Gina Tucker, President of the Bermuda Half Marathon Committee. Good afternoon, Dr. Tucker. How are you? All is well? You're gearing up. 10 days, yeah, not 10 days from today, yeah. Coming out the East. 39 years. 39 years, that's right. There you go. How's the preparation going? I mean, it's we said 10 days left. Registration and picking up forms, I think it's, or your numbers and stuff like that is on Saturday, this coming Saturday at Applebee. Right, and the entrance will be from the Church Street side. Is that from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m.? That's correct.
10 a.m. to 1 p.m. and everyone should make every effort to collect their numbers at that time, because after that it becomes very difficult to arrange for collection. So send someone in your stead if you cannot make it.
That's right.
At the Applebee courtyard.
That's right. I think people have, shouldn't take, this lightly, because it's important that you come and get this information. It's from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. It's 3 hours. That's sufficient time to pick up your numbers and bibs or whatever else is required on that day. Come in, pick up everything, and then you'll be ready on race day the following Wednesday. Right.
And chase down committee members to get their numbers and make it stressful for everybody.
For sure. Now, Dr. Tucker, I'm just going to reflect on something that was in the paper real briefly. There was a comment that then last night on the radio show you was explaining to our listeners what it entailed regarding comments by a former winner, accusations of let's put it this way, misleading or mishandling of funds within your organization. Can you just clarify with us what this is all about with this young man saying that misappropriation of funds, you were basically being accused of tens of thousands of dollars and unbelievable, right? Explain to us what it's all about.
First, let me say that I have the utmost respect for this young man, and that's me personally. I have the utmost respect for him, and so with that said, I must clear up and ensure everyone understands how we operate. First of all, the comments made in the RG online were taken down because they are, number one, unfounded, unsubstantiated, and most importantly, liable. And likely and could be suable too. So, with that said, let's go through and clear up exactly how we operate. First of all, Ian, an attack on me is an attack on me as president, but I am not a one-person show. I work with a committee, so an attack on me is by extension an attack on the other principals, my brother and Ken, as well as the hard-working committee that has been nothing but transparent and open and professionally sound in our dealings of this race and all of it that we do, especially financially. We have not been able, we would not be able to maneuver. I couldn't take money. I mean, it sounds like people are saying that I sit there, I collect money, and I walk away with it. That's not possible. We have a budget every year. The budget determines how we expend the funds. Year to year, the budget evolves, it shapes itself around the numerous demands that we have on that budget. And so when you have a limited budget that has demands on it from various bases, then budgets change. Let me say, of course, this is not a professional race, and so persons should not see it as a race to make a tremendous amount of money. It's not. I mean, I wish it could be. I mean, and continue to seek ways in which we could have more funds in order to have more prize money. But we establish the prize money according to the budget and what it permits. We could not establish prizes based on any one particular characteristic, that whether it be race, gender, or anything else. The prize money is established known in almost 10 months before we even start the process of running this race.
Mm-hmm.
So people have to be clear that this committee is one of integrity and one of credibility. And it's very disturbing when you hear those kinds of comments, because I accept that I'm the president and I would be the one that is attacked. However, I am not a standalone one-person committee. That attack is attack on the entire committee, which is unbelievable. It's unbelievable and it's not being accepted. We're not accepting that. It's not credible. It's unfounded. And this committee will continue to work toward ensuring this race goes from strength to strength. That's our commitment in the next year coming. We will continue to go from strength to strength.
When you heard about this statement that was put out from the RG about this statement regarding your committee and yourself and these accusations, what was going through your mind? And it must have been a shock to you to receive and hear about this information.
I was driving and somebody called me and I almost hit something because I thought, how could, and we have to be careful. We really do have to be careful of how we attack each other. And I'm not in a position, and I will not engage in attacks on people in that way. And so, yes, I was totally, and in fact, there was another community member that called and said, how could someone say this? And what I believe happens is, and we have to be clear that we prepare a race. This committee prepares an event, a race, for the entire 1,000 people. And it is our commitment to ensure that every single person in this race, from the first to the very last, and the 1,000 in between, has the most positive experience they could have. And so in order to do that, we have to prepare our budget that ensures that everyone has that positive experience. Part of that budget is prizes. Our prizes are awarded every year at our prize presentation. So at the prize presentation, it's laid out, whether it's checks or gift certificates or whatever it may be. It's laid out and we're prepared and ready to award those prizes. If persons do not get a prize, if someone didn't get a prize, you follow up with me the next day and we get that to you because it's already budgeted for. It's just a matter of putting it out. So yes, I was very shocked. I'm very disturbed by such comments because that's not the way we operate and that's not the way we work as a committee.
That's for sure. Okay. With that said, any final comments you want to share with our listeners right now? Because I know you're going to join us next week yourself and Roger Lee, your race director, just outlined the final course of 2017. Was there any other things you'd like to add regarding Saturday's pickup?
Well, people should be there. Once you get there, as soon as you can, be sure to have enough goodies for everybody. Because you don't run out, but you never know because people like to register the day off or the day before, and so you can never really predict perfectly. So I encourage people to get out any time span allotted. It's enough time to pick up your number. If you can't get there, send someone in your stead. We enjoy this work that we do. We don't consider it work. It's fun, and we love to do this for the community, and we hope that everyone has a great time. And I'll talk to everybody next week, right?
That's for sure. Just before we go, what are the numbers looking like thus far? I mean, I know I'm putting you on the spot. I know you've been away. So, all right, so if you don't have the answer for that right now, we can always have that.
It's approximately, I want to say approximately 400 individual and, I don't know, close to 40 relay teams. So this is where we are typically at this time, and you know, we usually get a little bunch that sign up this week.
Okay.
People as possible, register online before the 19th. That's late registration before the 19th online, and then collect on Saturday, or the very, very late registration on Saturday.
Okay. Well, we wish you all the best going forward, and we will be there with you on Saturday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. bringing to you and assisting in with your committee. All right. Thank you very much, and we'll have you on next week again. Like you said, yourself, Race Director Roger Lee, outlining the course and just going over some final comments regarding this year's event. One more question. Volunteers, are you still looking for more volunteers now?
Well, we'll always take volunteers. I don't think we'll ever turn away volunteers. So if anyone is interested in volunteering, we still need people, I believe, at the finish line and possibly some marshals. So go to BermudaMarathon.com or contact me or any member of the committee, and we'll get you in a position to volunteer. Thanks to all the volunteers who have already come and put their names forward and put their hand up. So, yeah, that's a good one. You're still always looking for volunteers. You can always use an extra hand.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much. I know you're busy, ladies, so go ahead, Dr. Virginia, talk back to work, and we will definitely see you next week, Monday. Thank you. Thanks. We're going to take a commercial break, and when we come back, we'll have Mr. Calvin Blankendale, no stranger to the studio of Inside Sports Talk Radio. We'll discuss the BBFS, as in the Bermuda, Bermuda Brazilian Coaches 10th anniversary. Wow, 10th anniversary already this year. We'll be discussing that and more when we come back after this.
Inside Sports Talk Radio has been presented to you by
10 years already?
Yeah, Afghanistan, yeah. 2007, man.
Oh, yeah, 17, that's 10 years, right?
Thank you.
Dang. Wow. Where all this energy from, right? Where all this work, yeah?
What else you need to do in this island, right? Besides have a few good ones, right? That's all.
Nothing but trouble.
Yeah, not much trouble, right?
Yeah, that's true, too.
That's all. Everything has a light. At one point, you say, listen, everybody goes in the background and just chill. About 50 is like, you know, something's the 50s and you or something like that. It is, eh? You still relax. Yeah. Yeah.
So you still involved with PFA?
Yeah.
Not as much.
Nah, I mean, just some ad hoc meetings and stuff.
Not considered.
I should have done it this day. I would never say never, but you know, it's good, new energy, new people. That's what it's about. Somebody ask you a question, give them advice. No need to criticize, go against people like the man said that on the outside. You don't know everything once you're on the outside.
You don't? You don't.
And like Gina said, I mean, at the end of the day, it's good to give criticism, but I'd rather, you know, you got to, you might as well speak to the person. If you can't individually, you can say, hey, this is my opinion. If you don't really sold nothing here out in public unless that's your last word. And let it hurts everybody.
That was crazy.
If somebody's going to say, well, Cal saying this and this saying that, he's right. Like,
He'd say, she said.
the people that are looking to get involved in the sport, like, yeah, I didn't want to be enough from the town because get the East to world meet. That's like it.
That's true.
That's like it. No other sport always like football and cricket.
Boy.
Yeah. Either or can be field. That's what we're doing.
Like Man United.
But it's you to be smiling right now. It's bad. So,
Yeah.
that's right. So I got you now.
Oh, yeah, I'm telling you that.
Yeah.
I'm telling you that. 2-1.
2-1.
Is it again?
Yeah. And so part of it. You know what? To be honest, I didn't watch a whole game anymore. Hardly any time. I watch highlights on the G-Box. That's about it.
That's much more. Football, soccer.
You still working up? You still working out?
Yeah, man. Yeah. And welcome back to Inside Sports Talk Radio. Joining us in the studio is Mr. Calvin Blankendale, CEO of Commuter Brazilian Football School, who will be celebrating their 10th anniversary this year. It started in 2007 and out to 2017, and it's 10 years. Time flies, huh?
Yes, time flies. And when you say 10 years, I'm taking it from inception from Dr. Simmons and more Dennis Brown having that dream and bringing this pathway to bring this program to the world.
What's it been like during the 10 years? I mean, we know it's a lot of hard work, but you must have experienced different challenges along the way.
To be honest, it's been fun.
Okay, that's a good thing.
It's been fun. You know, I believe all of our programs, meaning football, cricket, and sport, takes a lot of hard work. When you look at it, it's been a lot of fun. You know, we have not kids anymore, students now. I mean, Jalen Bean, who has just graduated with a bachelor's degree in mathematics, forget the university that she was just graduated from. She joined us as the only female at that time, and we're talking probably about maybe 8-9 years ago. And to see one of our students who was actually at the time participating in training class for actual training, travel with us overseas to the UK playing with boys as a 15-year-old, and then to the national team, and now is a good citizen.
Wow.
Graduate in mathematics, and that's what it's about. So when you look at what we have helped to achieve for athletes, for families, not saying we were responsible for anything financially, but just to be part of that individual's life, that makes it joyful and that keeps it there.
When you guys came out with the Brazilian Football School, some would have thought it was just about football, but obviously we're hearing much more. When you guys set it up, were you looking to make that well-rounded individual, but using football as the tool and the mechanism in order to show them how to be outstanding citizens?
Yes, definitely. Dennis Brown, the president, his background, Dr. Lou Simmons, education, and Dennis having been previously in the correctional professional at Vassagate, knowing their background and their intent for predominantly young black males, and what we have seen happening in our country, both positive, but also on the negative side. That was the intent. But also, of course, football. Football was the passion. So I said it a few times, Dennis. We talked about it. Hey, come to Somerset. I said, you must be crazy. I'm a Dennytown boy. I said, come to Dennytown. You know what he said. And from there, I said, hey, you know what? Whenever we can work together, let's make it happen. And he actually just called me out of the blue and said, I have something for you. And I said, okay, let me think about it. And just by chance, it's amazing that we were actually neighbors at that time, exactly living opposite of each other on two different boundaries, and it's the same house number. So I'm not going to say the house number, but someone may not know my house number, but the same house number, just two separate boundaries.
Oh.
It's amazing. So, by fate and chance, that's what happened, and it's brought us all together. And again, the individual, the family, and the sport is central, as our motto is family plus education plus football equals BBFS.
Right.
And that's what it's all about.
Well, you're breaking down two things in this. You're celebrating 10 years, and you've come up with a Bermuda Brazilian Football School Coach Speedy Cup. Tell us a little bit about the two.
Yes, we're actually celebrating a little bit early because our 10th year will actually kick off in the new season in September. But we actually want to start it off in advance with a band. And Coach Speedy Smith, Jermaine Smith, was an integral part of our organization. He was part of the organization for at least 6 or 7 years. He gave his all. Regarding we would not be able to establish or actually continue other programs that we held in schools at that time. He was amazing. After school programs, camps, it was all Coach Speedy primarily being the main guardian of those programs. Main facilitator, also the technical development. He was hands-on, heavily hands-on. For someone to have lost his life at an early age by giving back to the movement, not just at Brazilian football school, but to North Village, to Danny Time coaching to the national program, the only right to recognize his passing in a joyful manner. We have been dormant since his death. I must admit, we did travel every season in October, took a group of young men to a boarding school tour, but after we came back in October, we were both a little bit down and we felt a little bit drained, and it was all because we lost one of our main coaches, and friends as well, Coach Speedy. So in the new year, Dennis came to me and said, we have to do something, and I kept putting it off, and all of a sudden, I just got the energy again, and Dennis asked me again, let's get it started, and I said, well, let's make it a celebration event that we're going to get back together. And so the intent is to recognize Coach Speedy Smith with the Coach Speedy Cup, to make it an annual event. I'm not sure what format it would be outside of this year, but this year it's going to be a futsal format. And then it's also to bring on former members, past players, those that are going into college, parents, everyone to come back and a fun event to celebrate Coach Speedy's life, to meet each other, to see where some of our former players are that were with us 4 or 5 years ago. Jalen Green is just one that comes to mind, is now a graduate in mathematics. We have a few that are all from the professional, and there are some locally starting families. It's amazing. So to have players from 16 or even some that were foreign now all from boarding school and receive scholarships. That's what it's all about. We're just trying to bring it back as a family event, and also attract new individuals that want to come and receive developmental training, and to understand that to be successful in any part of life is the process. So as a football coach, the parents, everyone wants to win, and when you try to lay out to them the process, sometimes it's hard for them to understand, because they may see another program being successful, and the person might say, well, let's find out what they're doing. Or is it a one-off, or are they actually on a program that leads to success? It's easy to look on a course history and say, hey, I want to hear what that person does. Is that person getting up early, doing the extras, running on the beach, getting to school? So that's what we definitely like to teach our kids, and that's what Coach Speedy was all about. One thing about Coach Speedy, which has been a great asset to our program, he maintained the philosophy that Dennis set, no matter if Dennis was around or I was around. Come to training, work hard. If you do those 2 things, you will get rewarded, and good conduct and behavior. And that ties all in with academics. A child that's 9 times 10 well behaved, is consistent in training, and puts his effort in on the pitch, you can relate that to how they are in school. It's not much of a sway either side. A child that actually comes to training, you see a lot of laziness and stuff. They're not just going to go into the classroom and be this great learner and do all that extra handwriting. And being a student athlete, we tell them all the time, a student athlete has to work harder than a traditional athlete. Traditional student will go to class 9 to 3, they can go to their dorms and prepare for the next day. A student athlete has to be up at 6, cook, train, go to the classroom, have their lunch or something, train again at 6 at night, and still do their handwork. During a college tour or a tournament, they still have to have their handwriting at the same time as a traditional student. So a student athlete, once they graduate, as far as an employer, you have someone that knows how to deal with crisis management, tight situations, deadline, and is also a winner. So I was in the opportunity to be a CEO of a major company, and someone was a student athlete with high honors, achieved on the pitch, and was able to show me that they also give back. That's something I would definitely hire over the traditional, because I could put them in a crisis situation and they would find a way out more on top.
How much of the sport have you seen change over the period that you've been running in this Brazilian football school?
One thing I've seen change, I think, has been a positive. We've seen traditional clubs see some challenges, but also continue to grow. And we've also seen new programs come on board, such as Valencia FC. We've seen the rejuvenation of BAA, the Athletic Association. That's been great. We've seen CPA which is run by Peter Ricard. He does futsal, and we've seen Footy Force by Vinci Sue come up. So new programs have come that added some new life, some new developmental skills, but also the traditional clubs have looked around the corner and said, hey, what can we do more? So I think it's been a win-win for sometimes on the island we all become stagnant, and then new blood and new programs, as long as they're done with the best intent for all players, families, and the sport at large. I think it's a healthy benefit to all. One thing I've seen is that the kids are now more demanding. I mean, back in the day, we had an off season, and coaches could say, go play cricket. And now kids is like, we just finished Kappa, but when can we train again?
Right.
And parents are coming, my son needs to stay active. So again, society and what's happening at large, I think parents and players want to be involved in something positive, and that's what all the programs offer. And Brazilian Football School, one thing I credit with Brazilian Football School again, and Dr. Lou Simmons and Dennis Brown, it's a program that no matter how good you are, which club you are from, you always go back to your current club. So we're not a program if your child comes to train with us or travels overseas that they now are a member and they cannot play for another team. They just receive an additional training and they go back to Suns, they go back to Dennytown, they go back to New Village. So that's one thing that we have decided from day one, that we would never take a player that's at another club, take him in and hold on to him, because it doesn't really allow the game to grow. Because again, we're fighting for the same player, we're just doing supplemental training, and if in the future at one point we were to start a program, that would be a different scenario, but it'd be well known in advance what our intent is. We'd never have someone come in and say you're a good player and try to take you away from your organization. That's not what Brazilian Football School is about. So that's an add-on, not the end-all.
My last question. Obviously, there's been a lot of criticism throughout the last few years about youth football in Bermuda, what the traditional clubs are doing or not doing, as opposed to some of those organizations that don't have what we consider a home, per se. You've been involved in both sides, as you just indicated with Bermuda Brazilian Football School. You're there to added training, life skills, and so forth. But you've also been on the club side. You've also been on the Bermuda Football Association side. What is your take on that traditional club academy sort of scenario or the discussion?
Yeah, it's a three-part answer, and I feel like this is BBC hard talk. This is like putting it on the spot hard talk.
Well, I mean, because you're playing a part in three
but I'm going to answer
all
for
those
you.
points.
If you look through a lens, then you're only going to see one thing: players playing football, either being successful or unsuccessful, and then which organization is actually part of that development of that process. Now, if you look at the real picture, the grassroots clubs under the Bermuda Football Association are the #1 primary developers of all football players in the world, including the schools. Back in the day, the schools were probably a little bit more than the clubs, but now the schools don't play football as much. So the Bermuda Football Association is the #1 primary developer for all players. So out of that, the other add-ons such as 44, CPA Athletics, and Brazilian Football School, we receive players that may need some additional assistance, or even those that are really talented and looking to do something outside of the 11v11 outdoor game. So we get those players and we're able to offer them in a short time frame something that they enjoy. And outside of that, the new ones that are coming in, and I would say Valencia and even the reinvigoration of BA, I appreciate them because, David, Andrew Baskin and Kenny Thompson, anytime they say something, people listen. Anytime they put a product out, it's going to be high quality. And what they do, we sometimes copy, but it actually raises the bar. So when Kenny came back many years ago at No Finish, I believe, and he set a standard for fees, everyone looked up and said, we can't operate football at that level. So the fees increased, but the product increased as well. And people started to enjoy. When he started traveling, others started to travel. So the exposure and the experience went on. So what we need to continue to do now is knowing that, Kenny and Andrew have been around for a long time, and hopefully they'll be here for many more years, but all of us have to continue to take it to the next level. So, what is Dennytown doing that's making them successful? What is PAT's doing right now that's making them successful? What is Valencia doing exciting? What is Crossroads doing? All these new clubs. What is Social Club doing? So if we just keep looking around and learning from each other, we're all going to grow. Because the Wild Boys said many years ago, I asked him about, he did something in coaching. I said, hey, you're telling all your secrets, and to us, there's no secrets in coaching. I take ideas and training sessions from other clubs and other coaches, and they just tweak it to make them my own. We're all going to learn and we're all going to share, and that's what it's all about. So if you look at it one day, you'll say, hey, they're doing great, but if you really look at it, we're all in the same pool doing our part. Some are doing a little bit more, some are doing a little bit less, but if you look over a 10-year time frame, everyone's had 2 or 3 years where they've been the leaders in their age group or in a certain part of football development. And you can't forget those that have done it in the past. I think there's 1 or 2, leading, starting the race and at the finish line at this moment.
Wow. The event gets underway when? Is it this Saturday?
Yeah, the Coach Speedy Cup. We haven't actually set a date yet, and that may sound strange, but this is for Brazilian Football School to gather all of our former members, persons that are interested, coaches to come back. We start on Wednesday at Bellwood Middle School from 5:30 to 6:30 for the ages 13 to 14, and 6:30 to 17, 7:30 to 15 plus. And then next week, Monday, we'll start for the younger age group 7 to 9 from 5:30 to 6:30, and 10 to 12 for 6:30 to 7:30. It's just about us getting ready and prepared. We're in talks with a few organizations to join us so we can have a celebration event. But we have to be prepared to play football. So as much as Earl said we want to do the life school part as well, when you put in that Brazilian shirt and you have Dennis Braun standing behind you, that's the winning mentality. So we're going to get ready to make it a celebratory event, but also to make sure that we can respect and show Coach Speedy that we are keeping his standards high. And one thing I want to say to Speedy, I spoke to Ian last week about doing this interview, but you must have planned it in my head because you have me coming on the day after Spurs beat Manchester United. You're second place in the EPL. I'm still struggling to get to the Champions League, so somehow you're looking down at me saying, I got you, Cal. And you know what, but you deserve it, mate. Yesterday was a tough moment for me when I think about Speedy. Right. Spurs leaving White Hart Lane, moving on to the new stadium, second league, and I'm like, Speedy must be smiling. He must be smiling. Speedy, you're not heard of us, but you know what? This one was for you for Spurs, mate. You're up there smiling, looking down. I'm not sure if you're going to leave next year. I'm going to come for you, mate.
Oh, yeah, man. Yeah, you lost yesterday,
Yeah, next topic.
Okay, this is lost 2-1. So that means you're in 5th place.
Coach Speedy Cup. We're getting ready to
ask the question.
I'll see it now.
Because
Because it's gluten because he beat West Ham.
You're in 5th place.
Yes, yeah. One thing I want to say, and Coach Speedy was old school. So North Village, Dr. Dylan era, and there's at North Village that instilled, that mindset, respect, tradition, love, hard work is from that era. And one thing you want to do with the Coach Speedy Cup is you're going to bring football together. I'm not saying it's fragmented, but for anyone that has a disagreement in football or is not happy with something that's happening, we're all in the same boat. We're all in the same boat. You talk to one parent, this program is great. You talk to one parent, Carol Blanton on the program, doesn't mean a thing to them. We're all in the same boat.
That's true.
So let's come together. Let's celebrate football. Let's celebrate one of our coaches and let the kids have fun. And as Coach Speedy would say, it's not about the talent. It's about the hard work that you put in, and once you put that in, you will be rewarded. Talent only goes so far.
That's true.
Hard work pays off in the other.
Hard work yields rewards.
Yes.
Any final comments, sir, before we wrap up?
Yes, from our president, Mr. Brown, who couldn't be here, he's currently engaged in his profession. He just wants to invite all former members back. He's looking forward to coaching again, and he's also put out a memo to me saying, you know what, it's been some time since we traveled to Europe. I think our last trip to Europe was in 2012 or 11. We went to Chelsea's Academy, Ajax, and Bayer Leverkusen in Germany. And we went to that. We go back to Europe in 2018. That'll be next year. So for those who are looking to come out and get involved, we'll be having information and receiving information so that we can actually travel overseas next year. And there may be a trip this year to a futsal tournament on the East Coast. We're looking to also use this format to actually get our players overseas to a futsal tournament to bring everyone together, and then we go to border schools and including in educational seminars. That's what it's all about. Brazilian Football School. But again, we're celebrating the life of Coach Speedy, and we're entering our 10th year of Brazilian Football School. Nobody would have thought we could have been around this long.
10 years.
10 years. We've been away for a few months, but we're back. Brazilian Football School is back.
Back with a bang.
Yeah, you heard in my voice, I'm happy, man. Speedy, love you, man.
As long as you guys keep running like me and doctors, that's for Dennis. You're all right.
Right. Dennis is red and blue, man.
No.
He's making more red and blue.
That's why he didn't call Brenda
There's
Diggins.
one advantage being the CEO. I get to wear the uniform. So they will say, didn't have it in red.
Really? All right.
Oh, they were like
I
Ronaldo,
remember
man.
I will remember that, Mr. CEO. It didn't have any red. That's not a problem. I can order it for you.
No.
But to you guys as well, I'll say it again, you guys do a great job on the air. You give us a small organization the opportunity to reach out to a lot of people in Bermuda, and it's a lot of programs going on there. I think all the programs is the best intent, and I just hope that we can collaborate more in different areas. It doesn't have to be all on field, it could be off field as well. And as long as you're providing a safe haven for young people in Bermuda and teaching them the right way in life, I'm willing to work and we're willing to work. That's what it's all about. It's not about us, it's about Bermuda.
That's so true. So thank you, Mr. Duncan Dale, for coming on the CEO of BBFS, putting on a program on this Wednesday, the 17th of May, and hopefully it's a success. And we look forward to having you on again this year and seeing another 10 years go by of success within the program. One thing, when you get involved, you make sure it's done correctly.
Thank you. And this program kicks off on Wednesday, but it's going to be a 10-session program, so we'll continue approximately to sometime in July. So it's not a one-off. Come out, enjoy, have fun, and then we'll continue on from there and take the BFS into 10 years of football, family, education. That's what it's all about.
All right. We're going to be back. We have April Charles Lucille join us in the studio. We'll be back after this.
It was a pleasure, guys. All right, guys. I'm St. George's, but I'm glad you.
I know.
Birthday, your boy had to wear that light room. He didn't like that, did he?
I showed up.
Thank you, sir.
I didn't even know.
I ain't talking to you no more. You're not welcome in here. You're not welcome here anymore, Cal.
I don't know, it's nice. But you're probably the only person.
All right, bro. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon. How are you?
Hello.
All is well?
Working hard, yes.
Yes.
I'm reminded to some footage from the boot camp, but I just did it right there.
Just
So
now,
it's
okay.
taken forever.
No what?
So probably when I go outside, it'll.
All right. What's up? Shaking that stuff. Jeez, y'all.
Oh, it did go through.
Oh, yeah. Hello. Jeez, y'all. This one there.
Oh, she knows how to party. Her and her sister, oh my God, they are funny.
Yeah.
Funny,
Who are they?
JP, so Jolita Heston, that one.
Okay.
And Marcia calls herself Majestic Marcia.
Are you tired?
I'm not going to take that on. Nope.
You did yoga
Convinced
today?
myself.
You did
Yeah, I
yoga?
did my yoga this morning.
Okay.
And I did a half-hour cardio. And our Zumba ladies on vacation, otherwise I would have done Zumba. And then I would have done 15 minutes. But I think I was overdoing it because I lost my voice on Wednesday. I just came back today. This weekend was rested.
That's cool. Well, after Soca bands, whatever you catch yourself in
But I am trying to, get my house together for that.
Your diet, right?
Yeah.
You can have it. Yeah, you have it.
Even though I have my meditation right. But we say it's important too. I like that. But yeah, I'll have it together.
Now, back to Inside Sports Talk Radio. Inside Sports Talk Radio on Power 95 FM with host Ian Rollins and co-host Earl Baster. This segment of Inside Sports Talk Radio, Health and Wellness, is presented by Energize Wellness Solutions.
And it's that time. April Charles of the Shield in the studio talking about Energize Wellness Solutions and of course health and fitness all under one umbrella. Good afternoon to you, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
All is well?
All is well.
You have your voice or you lost your voice?
I lost my voice.
Wednesday, sorry, and it reappeared today. Every now and then it may.
It was mad at you from that long walk
Yes.
on Saturday.
Yes.
That's what it was?
Yeah.
4 hours and 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Saturday going?
No,
The week before.
Oh,
This past
excuse me,
Saturday,
middle
I
to
just,
end.
middle to end, I
Yeah.
just relaxed.
Yeah. Wasn't happy with your performance, so
Ah, well,
ran on a walkabout itself.
but then I kept pushing it because each day last week I do my yoga and then I was getting in and out of cardio. Or then sometimes I do the class, one of the classes, or 2 of the classes, and that would be in a day. I was just, you know,
Okay, doing too much. That's what it
I'm
is.
such an all or nothing person.
I know today is an open discussion, and I had a couple of questions for you. I thought about it the weekend. Excuse me. And one question is that trainers, they always tell their clients, right, the new ones, you want to lose 60, 70, 80 pounds to get into the cardio. Yes, lift the weights. Yes, we know it's nutrition, 80% nutrition, 20% training. But they push the cardio. So then when they get into a rhythm, the client gets into the rhythm, after say 6, 7 months, you start to see results, right? And they get into a rhythm of the cardio. Because cardio is hard. How come when they start to lose the weight, they start to shed, they say, well, you're doing too much cardio?
Because then I
How is that all about?
well, because once you've gotten to that point, then you don't want the muscle to
Yeah, you don't need the
feed
muscle.
on it.
Right.
itself. Yeah. So it has to be,
Balance.
yeah, there has to be a balance.
So then you ease off the cardio and then go back to the weights?
Well, I still do those. Although I'm doing a bit more of the cardio, and with the classes, I'm doing some of the classes that has some resistance training in it, and I still do the cardio because, for example, circuit training class, she has this term, she has 12 stations, and she has out of the 12, she may have about 8 resistance training or a little bit less, but then she puts the cardio in between there. So I made maybe 6 for resistance and then 3 cardio stations. But that's still in the class of 45 minutes, so you're not getting 45 minutes of cardio, but you're going for like 50 seconds of whatever exercise you're doing, and then you're doing your cardio for your 50 and you're going on. So you are burning. It's a really good burn. But because, I was instructed 5 days a week for 1 hour, 1 hour, 5 days a week of cardio. Now, I'm sure I don't always have to do that amount, but because of where I was and where I'm trying my goals that I'm trying to achieve.
Pretty much everyone's body is different.
Yeah.
Some would go to a gym, or say if someone goes to, a group of people go to Energize, and you can turn around in about 3 weeks and see a difference in, say, Ian, but when I look, I don't see a difference in me. How are you helping, or how is coaches or the skill people helping to make sure that person mentally stays in it and continues to come, because they don't see results like they see results with someone else?
Right. Well, I will first address that. The health coach. When you're in the health coaching of the My Best Team, which is our wellness program, each person may have a different goal, and it may not be right away to. Well, first of all, we try not to help on losing weight. It could be the person's goal might be just to move more, to exercise more. So if you were sitting on your couch and now you're doing something twice a week, you're moving more. So, with Marie, she gives them homework and she reminds them of their goal, and she's like, okay, so what did you do? Or when you had the stumbling block, what did you do? Or what could you have done differently? So the goals are different. With the boot camp, he does measure each person, but then he lets them know, look, this is where you were the last time. This is where you are now. And so it's focused on that individual person and
Mhm.
not comparing yourself to the next person.
Right.
The person's goal may be to better numbers with their blood pressure, their cholesterol, lowering those things. So if each person knows what it is they're working towards, then that really helps people too. And then also explaining, because when I train with Ross, my sister-in-law, she trains with me, and it's that same thing. She'll say, "Oh wow, April's body's really changing. It's really changing," and he tells her yours is changing too. But because I've exercised for a long time, my muscle has memory. You know, even though I just started back up the weight training in January, I've been consistent. And when he says do 20 of something or 30 of something, I do the 20 or the 30. I don't stop at 10 or 15 and then say I'm not doing the rest. So, you know, she has to remember that too.
Right.
I do what he tells me to do
Right.
when it comes to the workouts.
Right. Well, it could be challenging at times because people, well, you say you don't have mirrors, so they'll feel as if when they started they couldn't walk up a hill without being out of breath. But then you start to feel like, oh, I could walk up that hill and another hill and still. But it's that look.
Yeah.
I think that is one of the deterrents of people continuing to go to a gym because, see, although I can walk up the hill and not be out of breath, I still don't see no body change.
Right.
And that's where a lot of people, especially women, would tend to say, you know what, I ain't doing that.
You know, I was listening to a conversation. Some ladies they had just finished they were getting ready for the body shred class, and there was another class going on. And they were laughing, saying how, oh my goodness, I'm going to have to buy some different underwear because my underpants are getting so loose, you know, and I don't want to have a dress or something, and I'm walking and they start falling. So that, to me, made me feel really good. And when I was looking at the women that attend that class, that was what Marie and I envisioned when we first created Energize. That the people that come were going to look like these women, and they do. And one of the things about Energize is that not all of our trainers are like Twiggies. You know, we have different size and shape trainers or instructors, and a few of them are closer to the fuller figure size, you know, and but fit. So it makes our ladies feel comfortable. That's what I have found.
How's the level of classes? Are they filling up or are they full?
No, they're not full yet, but we are starting to get more people, and that's a good thing. That's and that's the other reason why I had first started taking the classes, because I would say, okay, as long as you get one person, I will take the class, because some people, they like having that one-on-one, but then I had heard a few people say, I don't want to feel like I'm the only one, because then the instructor is concentrating just on me, and it feels
I can't take a break when I want.
Exactly, because you know, they don't miss anything, so I would join the classes. But then there are some classes where I guess I don't need to join, but I enjoy it so much, like the Zumba class. I really, really enjoy that class. And, you know, now Tamika says, you know, April, you've done your cardio for a bit. You've trained with Ross. You've done this, And but the Zumba class is such a fun, happy class. It doesn't feel like an exercise. And I'm grinning the whole time because the instructor is like, okay. I mean, she just has this contagious smile on her face, and you can tell she's really enjoying what she's doing. So, then I do it.
One more thing. When you say you lost your voice, and you said you pushed the envelope in regards to constantly not giving your body that rest, what are the signs that you saw leading to that you possibly won't do again, and somebody else could be going through the exact same thing?
Well, first, it started with when we opened our windows too soon in the bedroom. It's close to my side, and we had that open, and it felt really good in the evening. But I started feeling my chest oh my goodness. And I kept rubbing it. And so this went on for about 3-4 days, and finally, oh my goodness, I finally shut the windows. I don't know why I didn't do it before. And then I was training, and I sweat profusely. So in yoga, I'm not sweating. But then when I'm doing cardio, I'm drenched. So I've got to go back and shower again. But then that time in between, in that sweat, and one of the doors is closed, but still, you know,
There's a
it's
flow,
a bit of a
yeah.
freeze, yeah. And then if I don't shower right away, but then I'd say, okay, well, let me work on my abs, and then, you know, and all of this stuff, shower, and then I may do a lunchtime class, and then full of sweat again, and shower. It's
Not easy.
right. Because once you get in a groove, it's, yeah. And because I've always wanted to be able to just train whenever I need to, or
Right.
do this class or do that class, and, you know, work always got in the way of those things.
But now you can do it.
Right, and now it is my work,
Right.
you know?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I do have to learn to moderate, you know,
Because it's a whole bunch of things that went into contributing to that. Working out was one, obviously, with the window open was the other. But what signs do you see that could be preventive of no, okay, so you lost your voice. Obviously, your body's going through something.
Right, I did.
But
have
do
a
you
bit of a cold.
but do you continue at the pace in training that you would
I
have?
was, but I shouldn't.
Right.
Because I still felt good.
Right.
You know, but then I started to get a little nervous because I said, okay, your voice is gone, you're coughing, you're sneezing. It's just not smart.
Right.
You need to stop. You're feeling tired.
Right.
And so with the weekend coming up, and then my children were, oh, Mommy, you're not going to have to make anything, you're not going to have to clean, yada, yada, yada. And I was like, okay. And so I did absolutely nothing for the whole weekend. And my voice has come back, and, you know, and I just stopped. I didn't have the boot camp yesterday, which was great.
Right.
But I was going to send Melton to open up and stuff, but we shut it down. So then I didn't have to feel guilty about not being there.
Right.
Yeah. So I just listen to your body. Although my body wasn't in pain, but I was catching a cold.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Because recovery and rest is just
And that is
as
vital
exercise.
to anybody doing anything fitness wise and healthy wise, is that the rest is
Yes.
most important. It's
Yeah.
just as important of the eating.
Yes.
You
Yes.
know. So
Yeah, it is.
Earl brought up a good point about people, and you answered it well too, about if someone's training, a group of you, and A and B is seeing results, but C and D is not seeing results, and then E and F is like, well, the results come from A and B, but us four are not getting the results. Do you tweak their nutrition plan to get the results? Say this is after, say, 3 months or so, something like that, right? Do you tweak their nutrition plan, because it's all about the eating.
Right.
It's all about
Right.
eating.
The tweaking of the nutrition plan, but also showing them the numbers helps, or taking a picture, you know, using the before and the after. Because a lot of times we can't really see ourselves the way other people. Because when
Right.
she first started saying, April, your body's really changing, I'm like, really? Oh, okay. And even when Ross says it sometimes, I'm like, oh, okay. Because since we don't have mirrors that energize, I don't really pay attention to mirrors at home as much. You know, I just shower, I get dressed, I go, you know, and I just look just to make sure that I'm kind of presentable before I leave. I don't spend as much time in the mirror like I used to. Whenever I used to change, I look in, I check in, and now I'm too tired for that. So, you know, I've noticed with my clothes, like those ladies were noticing their underwear and their waistband. I noticed it with my shorts, because I love shorts, and when I was doing the elliptical, and I went and put my finger up under the leg, the shorts, and I pulled it out, and I said, oh my goodness, I don't feel it as it's happening, but I can see it in my clothes, because I try not to do the scale thing unless at the doctors or I'm demonstrating the body composition.
Right.
That's a good point, because you know what's funny? I mean, the weight's going to drop, right? You can stay, excuse me, you can stay at, say, 208 for like a month,
Mm-hmm.
right? And in that month, your clothes would drop, the scale would move, and then say after that month, the scale would just go from 208 to 200, just like that. That's weird. And what you're losing is your water and all that stuff, but
Right.
more so your body fat.
Right.
And that's the amazing part
Yeah.
that people don't understand. If it went that way and you see it, then you should be happy,
Yeah.
as opposed to just losing weight. Because when you lose the weight, your body has all the fat you're saying. I'm like, how can I get rid of it? Well, you really can't now because you lost the weight. So you gotta like change your diet to the back.
Yeah.
Tweak it. It's
And
crazy.
it is exciting though because I can see the difference in some of the ladies and one of the ladies, Marie, she used to train with Ross before and then she stopped and she said, well, I'm not into carnival but I just want to do the boot camp because I know it worked before, and I can see a big difference in her body. It's
That's good.
shaping. Wow. And we never talk about weight. It's just, I could just, you can just see it. Yeah.
She sees it in her clothes.
Yes.
She feels it.
And the confidence.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. And that's good. So hopefully she can stay on board.
Yeah.
Say, May. But then she sticks to it right up to December. She'll see her whole body change. Transform, as they say, right?
Right. I mean, now she's talking, well, she was planning on doing carnival, getting costumes. But her friends have let her down who are coming from Barbados of all places. They're not going to play mass. So she's like, okay, we'll just get a costume anyway. So now we're even seeing people saying, I wasn't into, carnival, but I'm going to do it now.
So hopefully that brings a good spirit to her. Any final comments you want to add before we wrap up?
24th of May is next week.
So
We have
Wednesday.
another Monday.
Yeah.
It's just going to remind people to hydrate.
Yeah.
They'll need to know that before Monday.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Hydrate. Have your pasta
Yeah.
the night before. Don't forget, and I'll say it again on Monday, before you put your socks on, get some Vaseline and put it all between your toes, all around, so you're not getting blisters and all the unpleasantness. You're going to feel good. I hope that the people that run the race, they are actually practicing around, if their work schedule or their life schedule works, so that they can actually do a practice run around the time that they're going to be doing.
Right. Well, they got Saturday and Sunday if they're available to do it.
That's really, really important because that was some things that people had issues with the humidity last
Right.
year. So get
And
out
there's
there.
nothing wrong with on Saturday you do the first half,
Right.
and then Sunday come back and do the second half.
Yeah.
You'll get to know the route. You'll get
Yes.
to know, and you can take a break when you have to take a break. A lot of people, because there's a lot of people standing around, I can't walk here. You can't. So that's what like this.
That was my thinking.
I'm gonna sit on the
Becomes
wall
an
if you
ego.
have
It becomes
to.
an ego
No,
thing. You do that,
man.
right?
But ego has you ended up at King Edward.
That's
That's
true.
true.
That's
That's
true.
true.
Then all you had to say was, you know what? Let me sit here for 5 minutes, catch myself, and then I could go on. I just want to finish.
Right.
You know, forget the time. If you're not going to win, your ultimate goal is just to
You're
get to the finish
racing
line.
against yourself. That was
Right.
my goal,
Yeah.
to finish, but also not to stop. I did stop at the 10-mile
Right.
mark, and I walked right to the edge of that wall. I don't know. And then I saw a bunch of people down at the end. I was okay. But that was the only time I walked. And
But that
I
was just coming off a Harbor Road then, right?
Yes.
Yes.
And
Red
so
Hill.
is it yes.
Yes.
And I said, okay, because I didn't think that anybody actually walked, because I would always see people running.
Oh, no.
And when I saw people stopping, I was like, what? Are you kidding me?
Mhm.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
Because
Sometimes your body
Yeah.
says, hey,
Yeah.
hit that wall. If you want to make it, you got to walk here, get some liquid thinners, keep walking, and then when you feel better, then you can start. But again, when you see those people, you want to, and you put on that smile.
Oh, yeah. I have
But
my
you're saying
smile,
to-
my royal
But you're
way.
saying to yourself, hurry up, let me get across all these people.
You know what I'm
So I
saying?
just want to walk again.
But it does help having the people out there.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah.
Cool.
Yes.
Well, we have you back on next weekend.
Yes.
To just tell the people about make sure that proper intake before the race. And make sure you guys sit earlier. Do it now. Don't wait till the last.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
You got a week and a few days to
Right.
make sure that if you haven't done the right thing, at least preparing another way to do the right
Yes.
thing. You're not going to be able to put in the miles now that you need,
Right.
so you might as well be able to hydrate,
Yes. And have
be
your
as comfortable,
pasta,
be as
so
comfortable as
you
possible, trying to
Yeah.
accomplish your goal,
know. Right.
which is ultimately to finish
Yes.
and not get in the back of the ambulance.
Yeah, there were quite a
Yeah.
few last year.
Yes.
We don't-
Cool. We're going to take a
Alrighty.
commercial break and we'll be back afterwards.
Thank you.
This segment of Inside Sports Talk Radio, health and wellness.
Because I was saying, I don't know what we're going to talk about.
I knew.
On 24th of May, you were like, oh, it's second. I was like, oh,
Next week, bring Paul May. You got it.
yes.
You should bring him on next week with you.
Bring who?
Bring Nelson with you next week.
But then
It
he's
says,
going to watch
oh,
this.
yeah.
Yeah.
Is he running?
No, we haven't trained.
Oh, okay.
I did mention, and I said, hey,
You got that other half of the end to walk, so you can start this introduction.
yeah, because right past Hermitage Road.
You-
So,
go
and the
ahead.
last time, I was on my crutches watching the kids.
Right, right.
This time I-
Okay.
So 2 years from now, you'll be running. Take Nelson with you.
Yes.
There you go.
I'm ready.
Enjoy the rest of your day.
All right, bye-bye.
What did she say? She shops with Colonial.
That's right.
So you-
Insure your car, bike, and home with Colonial. Plus, save up to $900. There's a $250 gift certificate for new building policies.
Yeah.
Ask Colonial about paying lower premiums year after year at $296.
You see the videos, right?
No,
We call it insurance cover without the added cost.
Okay.
What time is it? It's game time. More
Let's
opportunities
move
to win.
this.
All the sports
And
you
you
need
just-
without the roster. Introducing Game Time East and Game Time West. Located next to Wahoo in St. George's and Main Road Somerset by Somerset Cricket Club. All Game Time
Yeah,
outlets
where
open
you
Monday to Friday 12 to 6, Saturdays 8 to 5, and Sundays 8 to 5. For more details, visit GameTime.pm or call 296-3644.
I made some fucking drink on Saturday, right? I was thinking of my mom's barbecue. I had my 2 meals in. I was like, I made some drink, put sugar in it. I was sick. I don't have sugar. I
Right.
haven't had sugar in a long time.
What are you reacting to it?
Yeah, it's like,
What did you make? You made it all done?
Close. I had the iced tea with sun.
You know what the best one to do is the lemonade, because you don't need sugar.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Lemonade.
I was like, man, what am I doing? I was sick, but I
You ain't sugar, no sugar and
I
nothing?
well, I didn't have sugar in the drink in about 5-6 months, maybe 7 months. You know, I've had sugar in like, if I, you put brown sugar in gingerbread, I can taste it now. So I don't need sugar.
Oh, okay.
Sugars and everything.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
I was like sick. That's why a lot of people eat like nuts and all that. I see what he is. It does help.
Yeah.
Now, back to Inside Sports Talk Radio. Inside Sports Talk Radio with Power 95 FM with host Ian Rollins and co-host Earl Basin.
And yes, welcome back to Inside Sports Talk Radio. That's all the time we have for you today. Another great Monday morning, or Monday afternoon, excuse me, on the 15th of May, 2017, Inside Sports Talk Radio with my co-host, Mr. Earl Basin. Any final comments, sir?
Can't wait till next week, Wednesday.
Why is that?
Bermuda's own show.
It is on the show.
Yeah.
Who's going to win it this year?
Ian Rollins and Earl Basin.
100 meters, you mean? And
No,
200 meters, right?
We'll be in the lead vehicle somewhere.
There you go. Alicia on this. In a
Oh,
vehicle.
yeah.
In front, in other words.
Right.
Yeah, well, yeah.
In a vehicle.
Vehicle. Yeah.
Even if it's a wheelchair. It's a vehicle.
They say the first across the line is the winner.
That's right.
So, hey,
Lead vehicle,
in the lead vehicle. That's right. That's right.
100 meters, 200.
I'm not even entertaining that.
I can take that. Not back to
It's the pain and suffering afterwards.
Yeah. It's a good thing. It's good stuff. It's really good.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Bassett.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure. We'll
You
see
got
you
some
next
red
week.
lights in your face, brother. What's
Yeah, it's the LED cover.
Oh, it's a new one.
Yeah.
It's a new one.
Upgraded, yeah.
Upgraded. I'll leave it like that.
good? Yeah.
All right.
I'll leave it like that. We'll be back next week. Take care now.
It-